Hey Modsnappers, it's DJ Dogbone here with Modsnap Radio, and we are here tonight at the Paper Tiger with Ghostland Observatory. We're going to be talking a little bit about how they got together, and a little bit about the album they put out in 2018, and what's happening now with the band. We'll start with you. You're Aaron.
Yep.
Sorry, Aaron.
Sorry.
All right, Aaron. So I understand you guys got together in 2002. How did that happen?
Met in the ad in the Chronicle, in the paper. Mm-hmm. I was with playing with a buddy of ours named Andrew, and we were wanting to explore out and get into like some electronics, somebody that knew what they were doing, and put an ad in the paper, and we had a bunch of people come in, but once this man came in, it ended up sticking, ended up doing his thing. So, yeah.
Okay, well, you supply the electronic side of things, or who's supplying the electronic influence to the band?
I mean, we both do.
Yeah.
We just jam out.
Send electric particles.
We don't really, we don't talk too much. Like when we're really
get in
the
there.
mode,
Yeah.
we just kind of like.
So what's the creative process for you? I mean, do you literally just start, get in a room and start playing, or you come with something, and kind of put it together?
Sometimes we jam out. Sometimes he comes with something. Sometimes I have an idea. When we're really flowing, I guess, like things just start happening really fast, and then we just go. Next, go. And then like after a few weeks of doing stuff, we'll go back and take a look at what all we have.
Look at the pile of ideas
Yeah.
and sounds that worked, in the moment,
Yeah.
and see if they still work, because you write them and then you hope they're going to come back to you in your sleep later. And you're like, ooh, I want to revisit that one,
Mm-hmm.
So it's just stacking up ideas.
So when you put out an album, I mean, do you start with a larger amount of songs and then kind of whittle it down to create like one cohesive mass, or do you all try to put everything you create in a single album?
Boil it down. Yeah. Boil it to the best, man. You want to put the best out there,
Well, sometimes I find that those B-sides are pretty darn cool too. They just maybe didn't fit with the album.
They're for the box set later that gets released, later on. We keep those in the vault for, later.
And with regards to, once y'all got together, y'all started playing in Austin. At what point did y'all feel like this was something that could be like career, as opposed to, hey, this is fun?
We thought it was going to be a career before anybody even liked us.
Before anybody even heard of us, we thought it was going to be a career.
We're just waiting, man. We're just waiting
for you to catch up to us. Still haven't.
Yeah.
But it's just, we thought we were already making moves in our minds, like we're the best. We're gonna go crush this. So it's always been that way.
Well, you guys have been crushing it for quite a while now, and y'all have an album y'all put out in 2018. Tell me a little bit about that album, and how is it different from Delete.Delete, for example? How have y'all grown from that album to this one?
Oh man, I mean we were Delete was just us barely coming up with our sound, and that was that could only happen once, That was our first record, and like there was a lot of first things happening there, so that could never happen again. But this last record was us kind of coming back after taking a break, and then kind of jamming out in the same way, but a little more respectful, a little less like we used to be young and hot-headed and like just
a little
fast-paced
brash.
and drinking caffeine all the time and just jacked
Snaps
up.
out like
And now we're kind of like, all right, man, let's just keep our cool and communicate and not get all freaked out. So it's a little bit better approach.
But I also think maturity-wise, like he's saying, I mean, it's just like Delete was that record from us, being just like, we're going to get it done no matter what, and we're going to do something different that nobody else is doing, and we don't want to sound like anything on the radio, to now it's like, man, let's just jam, let's have a good time, let's find what we're grooving in right now as who we are, humans right now. We ain't trying to be that
Yeah.
We did that. We've done left a blaze of trail behind us.
And you did it quite successfully, too.
Oh, hell yeah. So now we're, back. We're doing our thing and enjoying ourselves again, man. We're enjoying, we're having fun. Touring, playing these shows for these people. We got a new light show. It's fun, man. New records. We're having a good time again. It's nice.
Well, that's super awesome. So let me ask you this. Y'all took some time off. Was that creative time for family? You mentioned, one of the questions I wanted to ask you, and I mentioned this before we started rolling, how do you balance family when you have a family and then tour life? Because that's got to be tough being away from wife and kids. How do you, and when you decide, you know what, enough of this, let me go back home for a while, or do you do when I was talking to Crystal Method, he's like, no, I do 8 months and then I stop for 4, then I go back for 8. Like, what's your process for that, keeping that all together?
I don't think in the beginning we really even had a plan. I mean, me and him were like, we were driven, dude, and it was like we were going to go until the wheels fall off of this thing. Like we didn't have a stop. It was always yes and go, right?
Yeah, and everybody just was hop along because we're doing our thing.
So it was just like trudging along, fast forward. But then I think finally now realizing after, because I mean we went. It's me and this dude driving in a van. We never been in a tour bus. We've never done any of that stuff, dude. We've always driven ourselves. We'll get right off the show. We'll be driving 15 hours the next place, night after night after night, doing it everywhere. And after a while, that wears on you.
Yeah.
No sleep. It's a true thing. You got to sleep. So that, and then, spending time, and then just getting to a point where it's like, okay, we need to spend time with our family. We need to be back home. We need to stop for a second and get ourselves together. So I think after that, to me, after this hiatus, I think that's what I realized more is like, oh, a schedule's a good idea. I think that's what we found, right? It's like that, finding that schedule and that creative and where to fit, where to be about the family, and then, okay, well, now let's go be music, But man, being on the road and missing your family, that's one of the hardest things to do, man.
What about, let me ask you this. As musicians creating music, when you guys want to relax, what's your, or just listen to music, what's your Spotify playlist look like? Who are you listening to?
I don't have a Spotify playlist.
Well, I didn't mean specifically.
What's my playlist?
What would your mixtape be like?
What's yours, T?
I like a lot of things, but always warehouse music, like Detroit techno, Chicago house, good house music, good techno, and I love mid-century organ music. I mean, mid-16th century. Organ music is my favorite.
Really?
Yes. It is my favorite. I don't understand it, right? Okay, so I'm Catholic, right? So you go to Mass, and there's an organ player, right?
Yeah.
Dropping the best performances of any music you could ever hear in your life.
In the sweetest organ you've ever seen.
In the huge organ. People are rushing to get out of there. He does a solo at the end, Anywhere you go, pretty much. Watch people, they'll just be flying out of there, dude. And then, you're hearing the most magical music ever. Ever. And, hundreds of years old. Just you close your eyes and you will go far into, space, And, so when I hear that, I'm like, I don't understand how people are.
Trying to get out of there.
Well, let's talk a little bit about.
Or he didn't get to talk about his music.
Yeah, we talk about your playlist.
Oh.
Yeah, jumped on.
We
got
got
I can't
the
I can't compete with that. Oh man, I don't know.
What was that dude that we were listening to that on the way we were coming back from somewhere?
Oh, Baby Alpaca. No, it was a Baby Alpaca stuff?
No. It was some guy that made a country record. He was an 80s dude that made a country record. We listened to it 2 or 3 times in a row.
Oh my gosh.
You said it was all one
record.
take? Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Because I keep thinking of the reverse. I remember when Garth Brooks did that.
Oh, yeah.
Chris Gaines?
Yeah!
That was Dark
Yes,
Days.
you had the sweater.
Yeah,
And the black
yeah.
turtleneck.
Yeah, I listened to nothing but Chris Gaines, Daltrey.
Oh man!
Another. If you're not on American Idol, I don't listen to you. Sorry.
You know that dude, Rob, was his name Rob something? Or
Rob Thomas.
No.
Because they were big until the 90s.
Dude, I'm trying to
You
think.
loved it. You were playing it for me. It was like a bunch of session Nashville dudes, and they did it all in one take.
Oh shoot! I know who you're talking about. You're talking about Nick.
Nick Foles?
No, Nick.
That was a quarterback.
Oh my gosh! Hold on. I don't even want to. My friends are gonna kill me back home if they hear me.
But he was the 80s one.
He's saying, "I like the sounds of breaking glass."
Nick Lowe.
Nick Lowe. Yes, Nick Lowe. But
that's a great song, by the way. That's the one I like to play.
But the album, the record we were listening to was it has Homewrecker on there. That song.
All these classics.
Yes, dude. That's a great record. Yeah. Nick Lowe. Yeah, very much so. Nick Lowe, Dire Straits.
We listened to that.
I like some Dire Straits, some Six Blade Knife.
Bone Thugs.
Bone Thugs with some Bone Thugs.
Yeah.
Man, I don't know. I listen. Most of the time, I'm listening to the songs we're writing to make sure I really like them. You know, most of the time I'm listening back to our own stuff, being like, okay, I can do better at this.
So road trips, that's what you're listening to, or like rock cuts and stuff, or?
Yeah, I love Southern. I like rock. I like old classic rock. Cruising around. I don't want to think when I'm, like sometimes like I need to turn it off. Or I have been lately to Tommy Dorsey, like some old big band stuff. Mm-hmm. I've been telling Thomas because I like putting it on when I've been writing so much and I needed to pull out of that area. Put some big band like Tommy Dorsey and just open the windows up, and it creates this whole other element. Like it's like, dude, you can never be that relaxed again. The world will never be that relaxed unless it goes back to square one. Mm-hmm. But it's just there's just such this free. I don't know. It makes you feel so relaxed when I listen to it. The trees move in a different way. The wind moves in a different way.
Yeah,
it's cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So I understand that you developed your vocal style in a unique way when the band was forming. Can you talk a little bit about how that came to be?
I think it was from it being so loud in there.
There's a lot of metal bands.
A lot of metal bands around us too.
And we had the smallest, cheapest rooms. So it's like
it used to be a closet. It was a closet at the music lab. They used to use it as a closet, and we rented out from them.
No soundproof, so like there'd be a band just.
You could hear all the bands seeping through the vents, Yeah. And it did used to be so loud in there. And I remember to get, I think, above the bass, I would have to hit real high falsetto. So doing that, and I was singing through an acoustic amp. Remember the California Blonde? You know those bass
I know
acoustic
exactly
amps?
what you're talking about.
I was singing through that, and we just crank it, and then he had these awesome big old Serwin Vegas behind him, dude. And we were just like rocking in this room, and like that. I mean, that's the original way I had to learn how to sing to it. Was just trying to sing as loud and as high as possible to cut through the bass.
So when y'all are recording your music, are y'all recording it? I mean, are y'all like recording it analog, digital? How's that? What's that process?
However,
really?
Yeah, we have like a board, just a cheap board with mixing console. We record the vocals through that, and then we mainly get all of our ideas down. Like the last record, we used a sampler, a piano, vocoder, microphone. Just real simple stuff. We record it at the console, and then we give it to our engineer Mark, and then he mixes it, and that's it.
Y'all don't go back. So how long have you been working with Mark, your engineer?
The whole time.
Yeah. Day one.
So how important is that person to you?
Very.
Yeah. And he's
entertainment.
Very what do you call
it?
The
Wolf is nonstop entertainment.
Non-stop. Like never in the world have I laughed so much about just so much laughter from Thug Wolf. He is Thug Wolf.
Thug Wolf.
Yeah, that's Thug Wolf. Yeah. We've made records in his duplex. The first record was made in his Delete.Delete was made in his duplex in his bedroom.
Yeah.
And then the second record was made at an office building.
Yeah, an office building.
Somebody gave some free space to us to go in there. And the third one was
in a barn.
Attic of a barn.
Not like fancy like you would think, like boxes around and like
Yeah.
No AC.
No AC.
It's just like,
And why did you choose those places, or was it just because that's what you had?
It's just what we had. It's
Come on.
what we had, man. You know, it's just kind of like, you know, just doing it. And then the last two records was at your studio, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
So you built your own studio finally, or?
Yeah, and like, I don't know, 2010 or something.
Mm-hmm.
It's a small little, it's enough room for me and him to jam out.
Yeah. Do our thing.
Have you ever had any creative differences between a mix, or is it just like there's that synergy working?
Normally we don't, if something's not happening, we're just like, oh,
We
it's
don't
not-
do it.
It's not working, dude.
You know, it's not vibing for both of us, then, you know. I mean, I'm sure one of us would speak up if we really cared about something, but, I mean, and then we'd listen to each other, but, yeah, we really don't.
Yeah.
That's a good relationship to have.
Yeah.
So
We've been together a long time, man. It's a long, people don't understand, it's a lot of years.
I mean, I met him
And
in
it's not
2002.
Like, you know how you have a friend or something that you like to see once a week or a couple times a week? That's a pretty good friend.
Mhm.
You know, especially when you're an adult. We're like driving out thousands of
Lives
hours
of
and,
our
like,
lives together.
going different states and like, you know, checking into the hotel, sleeping for a few hours, checking out, seeing
Seeing each other at our
first
worst and our best.
Yeah. Like,
You know?
for years, man. Years.
Yeah, that seems to be a common conversation. I was interviewing a band a couple weeks ago on my radio show, and they said the exact same thing. You have to have, you see, because you spend 18, 20, maybe 24, 48 hours, 24 hours a day with this person, that you have to have, it has to be more than just their skills, that you have to match.
Oh man, dude, the road will make or break you. I mean, if it'll make you quickly find out if you're in this game for the long haul or not. You know, there's a lot of people that are dreaming out there. Well, you want to step in a big boy land, go on tour for your whole career, you know, and drive yourself. You know, do it like the rock and roll cats. You know, that'll really let you know if your partner, you can depend on them or not. You know, me and this dude, shoot, we'll do anything.
Y'all have almost like a brotherly relationship.
Oh, yeah. Oh, for sure. For sure. But that's what it builds, right? Because it's like, man, I mean, dude, you're going through so much up and down moods, and if you can't hang in there with each other, then it's going to be rough. I mean, it's like a marriage, you know?
And plus, you're kind of like, the older we get, like, the more
cantankerous.
No, I mean, like, the more, like, different you are than, like, from society. Because most people are, like, not doing what you're doing.
Yeah, everybody's gone back to their day jobs now. You know, the dream's faded, right? You hit your 30s, mid-35, you know, everybody's like, I've got to grow up. I told my buddy the other night, I said, I thought I was going to grow up, but I guess I'm still going to be doing this for the rest of my life, you know? Because it's like, we wake up and we're like, shoot, we're in our mid-30s, we're still rocking. That's a pretty badass thing. Not a lot of people do it. So, yeah, it's an interesting way to try to not fit society.
We're out
regular social norms, you know.
So what's going on with the band now? You guys are on tour. Is this a large tour, small tour? Where are you headed? And
yeah, well, we did some shows in South by Southwest in Austin, and then we decided to do Houston and San Antonio. So nice little tour close to home.
Yeah, man.
We did the West Coast, the East Coast, came back for the holidays, and now probably hit the road again this summer.
Yeah, ramping back. We got Red Rocks next month.
Oh, cool.
So
That's
that'd be
nice,
dude. Yeah.
Oh, U2's played there. That's one of the best live concerts ever.
Yeah. Oh,
That's a great place.
Oh, the venue's amazing. It's really like it looks like a sacred space when you go into it. I mean, it's monolithic. You know, it's really cool.
So, well, guys, I want to thank you for having a chat with us. You've been watching Modsnap Radio's interview with Ghostland Observatory. They're playing tonight over at the Paper Tiger, and thank you very much, gentlemen. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.